North Korea has warned Tokyo that it will be a prime target in case of war if Japan maintains its hostile stance or tries to intercept any of Pyongyang's test missiles. That threat came in response to Japan's warning that it would shoot down any North Korean missile heading towards its territory. Meantime, the US has reiterated it would never accept North Korea as a nuclear power. Those comments came from Secretary of State John Kerry, who's visiting Seoul. Earlier, a mistakenly published Pentagon intelligence report suggested Pyongyang may be able to deliver a nuclear weapon with a ballistic missile. Let's talk about this and these latest developments about North Korea with former Pentagon official Michael Maloof, who's joining us on the line from Washington. Hi there, Michael. Good to see you this morning. Let's talk about the rhetoric towards Tokyo and Japan. I mean, in the circumstances, should Japan be doing anything different, do you think?
Well, Japan, like the others, like South Korea and the United States, should be keeping a very low profile, keep their powder dry, but not make any provocations. And I think that as long as there are provocations underway, such as those continued U.S., South Korean military exercises, this crisis is going to continue, if not explode, due to some miscalculation.
But what's North Korea's problem with Japan, in a nutshell?
Well, North Korea has it has a relationship with Japan, a long-standing relationship. It was occupied. Japan had occupied Korea during World War II. But there's also a chosen sovereign, as it's called, in Japan. And it receives a lot of its technology and foreign currency from Japan. But on the other hand, it's also the base for a lot of U.S. facilities. And Japan has threatened to shoot down any missiles that might go over it from North Korea. But I think primarily it's because the United States has bases there, and they see the United States as the primary threat.
With more of these bellicose threats coming from North Korea, is there a danger it could push Japan over the coming months to militarize itself?
That is the extreme fear. It's almost gone with. It's not being mentioned publicly, but not only Japan but also South Korea. You have a new government in Japan. And they have been talking about militarizing. That will really upset the balance of power in that entire region if either one of or both of those countries decide to go ahead and militarize to the point of going into nuclear weapons. Both countries have the industrial capability. They could probably have nuclear weapons probably within 6 months if they made that decision. But I think Japan is, and you've had some parliamentarians and some influential politicians in Japan openly calling for this now, and they're all members of the ruling party. So it's really something to watch, and that's just going to create a greater provocation, and it's something also that's going to be rather unsettling to other countries in the region, particularly China. This could be another arms build-up that can easily get out of control. And
Michael, the other big question, of course, this news kind of came out within the last 24 hours. It's been hastily downplayed by the United States, John Kerry, but basically, news came out last night that maybe, just maybe, there's a moderate thought in the Defense Department that maybe they've got the technology now in North Korea to make one of the nuclear warheads small enough to go on one of their ballistic missiles, i.e. they could deliver a nuclear warhead. Do you think that's the case?
I think it's possible. I know I've been watching it for some time, and I think the fact that they had a test in February. It was for miniaturization. The North Koreans admitted that. And then right after that is when North Korea began to extend threats of preemptive nuclear strikes against the United States. Now, that told me, in effect, that they had some success in miniaturization, that is, to fit a nuclear weapon onto a missile. That would extend the range. They were in the December missile shot. They were able to successfully test that missile, but they were able to launch a satellite and put it into orbit. That satellite could become a nuclear warhead in the future. It could be extended, and extends the range considerably. It could cover the entire United States. and the North Koreans could actually conduct a high-altitude explosive and actually create what we would call a electromagnetic effect, pulse effect that could actually cripple the U.S. Grid system, which is already very vulnerable.
Frightening thought. Michael, we're going to be picking this apart much more over the coming days and weeks, but thanks for your input tonight. Good to see you.